right, here we have another wonderful question. It says, I don't know what I did wrong here. Is it supposed to be norm.dist negative 2.810? So he gave the code there that he thinks he's supposed to use for finding the p-value. It says you are performing a two-tailed test with test statistic negative 2.81. Find the p-value to 4 decimal places. Okay, so the test statistic is negative 2.81, and that is a z-score. And the p-value is the area in the tails, right? But it's only half of the area on one side, right? Or half of the p-value will be the area on one side. So what we need to do is take our test statistic, negative 2.81 z-score, right? Draw a boundary and then illustrate on the left side. And this is a two-tailed test. So that means there you can imagine having a second twin area over here. So that's actually alpha, not alpha, I meant to say p-value half of your p-value on one side. So when you use norm.dist, and we're using that because it's under the standard normal distribution, we give it the x boundary, which is actually a z-score, so the mean is 0 and the standard deviation is 1. And we say yes for cumulative, and we get this area, but that is only half of the p-value. So the total p-value is equal to twice that much. Okay, so that's what our answer should be. Okay, so while this right here, this area on the left is in fact 0.002 the total p-value is equal to twice that. To give us 0.004954. Okay. Okay, yeah, so I just tried it in here. It worked fine. So, yeah, I don't know what you were doing wrong either. It sounded like you had the right idea. Maybe you could follow up with me on. Okay, and another student asked about the same question, and she said, I'm trying this, and I get the ones with a negative z correct, but the positive z questions I get wrong for the two-tailed. I just keep trying different versions to practice, but continue getting the positive ones wrong. All right, so let's find a positive one or not. Hold on, pause. Okay, so we did find one with a positive z-score. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do this. All right, first of all, we need to draw a sketch. So I have my z-score on the right because it's positive. And I know there's two tails here, right? And that the area in each tail is half of my p-value, okay? Now, if you go in and you do in Excel, with a positive z-score, it's going to give you an area that's very large. It looks almost like the whole area under the curve, because remember the whole area under the curve is equal to 1. And this is saying that half of my p-value, which would be this area over here, is almost 1. So that can't be right. And that's because what it's actually giving me is the area to the left of that z-score. So it's all the way over here. It's giving me all that. So that is 0.988. But that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for this little piece over here. So then I could double it for my p-value. So you have two choices. You can either put a negative on here, since the negative version will give you an area to the left that's the right size. Okay, so it's like imagining that you had a second twin value over here that's just negative. So this area is going to be the one you're getting here. You could also keep it positive, and when you see that it's so large, you realize, oh, that's because it's on the wrong side of my boundary, so I need to subtract it from 1, and then you get it then. So that should be the answer. Let's go ahead and try that. It's very slow. Okay, so that worked.